So we're still talking about the endocrine system, and we moved on to the ovaries. And the ovaries are paired sex organs found in genetic females. They also function as glands, and they produce oocytes through meiosis. And we're going to talk about what meiosis is a little bit later in the semester. And then oocytes are probably what you learned as like eggs, as females produce eggs and males produce sperm. So the oocytes would be what you learned as eggs. Oocytes definitely the more appropriate term for that. The ovaries also produce hormones that will support reproduction. The ovaries are found here. So this is an ovary, and this is an ovary. And this right here would be a uterus, and then we have these oviducts, and then at the ends of the oviducts, we have the ovaries. And then this would be the rat here, and these are uterine horns. So you see this kind of tube-looking thing coming up, and this little tube-looking thing, like I said, is a uterine horn, but at the end of it, you're going to find an ovary. This would be a section of an ovary, and this is a follicle. And once a follicle expels the oocyte, which is what this is right here, it will then form what's called a corpus luteum. And it's important to understand because the follicle and the corpus luteum both produce hormones. So, ovary hormones. The first one we have is estrogen. Estrogen has a number of functions. Again, it's going to be produced by both the follicles and the corpus lutea, the corpora lutea, excuse me. And what it's going to do is it's going to thicken the endometrium for implantation and gestation, and also influence the development of female secondary sexual characteristics. And then it helps to maintain bone density. And so this is one of the reasons why females who have gone through menopause, who are older, sometimes have a problem with osteoporosis because estrogen levels go down. And when estrogen levels go down, then more bone is taken away than added back, and then the woman can develop osteoporosis. Progesterone is the second hormone we're going to talk about. There's also a lot of functions here. It's going to aid in implantation and gestation, and it also increases sex drive. And progesterone is produced by the corpora lutea. And then we have the two that we don't talk about that much is activin and inhibin. And these are antagonistic hormones. Activin stimulates FSH production, inhibin inhibits it. And if you remember, FSH is follicle stimulating hormone, and it's produced by the anterior pituitary, right? So just as a little reminder. All right, so that's all I have for this. Ovary, we had the 4 hormones, estrogen, progesterone, activin, and inhibin, and a number of functions for each of them. Well, a couple functions for the activin and inhibin, because again, we don't talk about that much. But yeah, that's all I've got. You guys have a good one.